if I could help empower you to be more present in your life and to see these moments on your own, and then in turn, your vision is ever so slightly tweaked in that way, then I know that for the rest of your life, you're able to see more of the little itty bits, more of the bits of your life that are probably going to be the things that flash before your eyes when it counts.
Help Me See is a podcast that redefines the word vision through vulnerable and real conversations, my own private introspective ramblings about the things that I think about in the wee hours of the morning, and my deep core belief that your nothingness is your everything, and all you have to do is see. I'm Bianca Mora. I'm your host. I am an educator, a photographic artist, and I believe that your daily photo habit can be the key to unlocking the ability to be more present in your everyday life and live deeper into your intention and purpose. We're not about the small talk here. Grab your coffee, get cozy, and let's talk. Before I hop into our juicy conversation, I wanted to let you know that I'm hosting a free workshop called Presence Through Photography. And it's all about how your photographs can deepen your life experience. It's about powerful self-discovery through your daily photo habit. I'm literally combating the whole idea of it's gluttonous to take a photo. Why can't I just be in the moment? And telling you exactly why photographs and the art of taking a photo, even just a casual snapshot, can actually be a portal to dropping you deeper into a moment and even more so deeply into your life. So if you're interested in this and you want to join us live, or you want to get sent the replay link, head and go to my show notes and click the link and sign up there. I really hope to see you there. I am so stoked about it. All right, now on with the show.
Okay, hello. I am going to be recording this in the car. I'm on my way home from the most magical photo session. I was like holding back tears for the first 20, 30 minutes because it felt like I had just gone to absolute heaven. So a little bit of background on this particular story is that yesterday, the day before the session, Mama reached out to me saying that baby girl had her first real black eye, and it just happened. And she didn't know whether or not she should reschedule the shoot because of it, because it was like an actual shiner, impressive. Usually my kids hit their eye and I think it's going to be bad and nothing comes of it. But this was actually puffy and, very much black and blue. And there was no right or wrong answer for whether or not to schedule the shoot. Especially because she said, she's like, I just want her to look like herself. And I'm like, oh, of course. So I had said to her, we can 1000% reschedule. I totally get it. Also, I wanted to add that my personal just take is that the fact that this sweet little girl is walking around with this shiner is such a testament to the season of life right now, with a big older brother, baby number 3 on the way. And it just thought, I don't know if anyone knows Sally Mann, but she's a photographer that's kind of famous for photographing her children in the real life. And I was like, totally up to you. Think about, 5 years from now, when there's some pictures on the mantle in a frame around the house, and she has a shiner in the pictures. Does it upset you because it doesn't look like her, or does it feel like a cute kind of enrichment to the story when you think about it 5 years from now? ultimately, she ended up to go ahead with the shoot, which I would have been more than happy either way. But secretly, of course, I was like extra thrilled because personally I would have done the same, and it made me so happy, and I was still looking forward to the shoot. And it was the perfect day. It was beautiful, and it was perfect, not because everything went perfectly, because we all just were present to the moment and to what the kids wanted to do and to our needs. If it was too hot outside, we'd go back inside. It was just all wonderful. And that's what I want to talk about. You know, this idea, I feel like, has been built up that family picture time is like, all right, I just gotta roll up our sleeves. Here we go. But I don't believe that having our picture taken equates to cooperating and having the stars align for everyone to be in their best behavior. Because that's not really your life anyway, right? What is your life? Your life is what happens from moment to moment. And what really brings us alive is when we can pull ourselves out of our shit, you know, out of the swirl and the cloud and the fog of all of the things that we have to do and all of the reasons why X, Y, and Z is actually a pain in the ass and not ideal. And we're able to be present to what is and sit with it. And instead of judging whether it's good or bad, we're able to just be and witness it. And I believe in that space, we can find beauty in everything. And I am not saying this from a sugar-coated, be positive lens at all, because that is not me. But what I find to be even more gorgeous is when you can sit in the shit of it and be frustrated and feel that, and not deny it, not push it away, but feel that emotion and then move through it with your eyes open or closed if you must close them for some peace and sanctity. I mean, I just love getting to witness families just be. It helps me see my family with fresh eyes. Because we all know when we're so close to something, it's hard to see. It's hard to see it. We're inside. But when I am able to walk into someone else's home and everything is on fire to me because it's all new and beautiful and electric, and I am not numb to it in any way, then I'm able to take that heightened awareness back to my home. And it is such a blessing. It truly, truly is. But what I'll add on to this, and what is a pivotal part of my belief and my work in the world, is that although I absolutely love doing this, and I find that there's so much importance in having someone come and document you and, you know, getting to just completely be immersed in it and trust that someone else is capturing your magic, I also believe that if we can look at our relationship with our photo taking a little bit differently, it truly becomes a superpower. It truly becomes this thing that keeps us more awake to our lives. It's a thing that when we go to take a picture of a tantrum, in some way it neutralizes the feeling a little bit in us, and we're able to instantly see with hindsight. One of my closest friends, dearest friends, she shared with me that her son was throwing a fit because he didn't want to go inside for dinner because he was having so much fun in like the dirt and the twigs and the rocks. And it was very frustrating to her because she had dinner and she had to get this done and blah, blah, blah. And it's all valid and it's all real life. But then something inside of her just prompted her to take a video of this tantrum. And she listened to that ping. And she said all of a sudden, as she's looking at her son through the camera, she was less frustrated and more almost humbled by what she was seeing. She was thinking about how precious it is that he so passionately wants to stay outside and play in the dirt. And that's what that tantrum was about. And I think that's available to any of us and all of us in any given moment. But I'm going to say that, and I'm also going to caveat it with saying that doesn't mean we're beholden to it. And that's a very tricky thing. And I think that is at the root of so much tension in this practice, is that when you're aware of the impermanence and when everything you understand has this beautiful value, you feel this pressure and almost guilt sometimes when you just can't control your frustrations or you don't feel like being present. You just want to zone out. And guess what? That's fine too. That is more than fine. That's actually better, because when you're present to your own needs, first and foremost, that sets you up. That fills your tank. That gives you the bandwidth to be in your present moments when you're ready to do so. And odds are you're going to be able to do it more. You're going to be able to be present more if you could sit with your quote unquote, bad feelings that aren't bad at all. They're all just information and signs coming to you from your psyche and your body. And if we all can just release our grip. I think about when I'm driving somewhere I don't know, especially on the highway, I'm like white knuckling it. Like, if I could just release my grip and remember to breathe, this probably wouldn't be such a stressful experience. I mean, it still would be a little stressful, but it'd be easier. So I'm coming on to talk about this, and as I think about how I just left this precious family, I mean, I really could cry. It was so precious to watch them. And I cannot wait to be able to dig into just poring over their images and seeing all of what I captured, because kind of I go into this flow state where 3 hours can feel like 5 minutes, and I could be sweating and haven't eaten anything all day and I don't even notice. That's how it usually happens. So now here's the full circle part of it. Now, one, my greatest hope in delivering these images is, giving this family the gift of seeing the magic that I'm sure most of it they already knew was there, and some of it maybe a magical surprise that they didn't realize was so precious, that they didn't realize was so tender in the moment, or it was just, chaotic. But now they're able to have that moment frozen in time, and they can go back to that breadcrumb forever, over and over again. But what I think is also the greatest gift is that from seeing that, you're able to see more of that and recognize it. Think about when someone, tells you to think of a red car. You see red cars everywhere. I see one right now as I just said that. Right? So when I gift these photographs and I show them photographs that I took of probably moments they might not have thought to take a photo in their own, on their own merit, they're going to be able to see these little moments, these little tiny worlds that happened in a blink of an eye in their day with their family. They're going to be able to pick up on them more. Their awareness is heightened now after seeing these, right? So then in turn, as they're documenting their life, perhaps they're more inclined to take these photographs themselves. And that's the whole point of the whole thing for me, because I take this beloved, I don't even want to call it a job. This is like my life purpose of mine, so seriously and lovingly. And I love it so much, but more than loving doing it myself, I want to empower you to know that I can never be there for the most intimate moments of your life, because the fact that they're at that intimate probably means you're alone with your loved ones, right? I can immerse myself as much as possible, but at the end of the day, I am in my energy in your space. So if I could help empower you to be more present in your life and to see these moments on your own, and then in turn, your vision is ever so slightly tweaked in that way, then I know that for the rest of your life, you're able to see more of the little itty bits, more of the bits of your life that are probably going to be the things that flash before your eyes when it counts. Oh, I have goosebumps. I'm like talking to myself in this car alone with goosebumps, holding back tears like a psycho. But I feel so compelled, and that's what I'm doing. That's something that I've been trying to do more in this life and in this business, is like, go where the energy is, and when the energy is not there, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Actually, it's so funny. My business coach, beautiful soul, Amber Lalistra, just recorded a video for us on that the other day. She came on live and was just saying, what if we just did what our bodies needed or what we were feeling called to do without being so intolerant of ourselves. Like, I left the studio yesterday and I had these grand plans and all these things that I really wanted to do, but I just didn't feel good. I was just like so tired. I had no energy. I didn't feel like myself. And I'm like, why am I going to force myself to create this thing that I love so much from a space that I don't feel good? I'm just not going to do it. So I went home. I went to the basement. My happy place. My big black basement. Oh my God. My bat cave. Anyway. Okay. I hope that this sparked something. I don't really know. I don't know if I have a wrap the bow point in this whole thing. I just wanted to come on and talk through this serendipitous, beautiful experience of this family shoot that almost didn't happen because there was a black eye, and then I came and it was just beautiful, and it was easy, and it was low pressure, and it was fluid. And the kids were so sweet and showing me flowers and weeds and rocks, and it was just the best. So now that when I go home, I maybe will be a little bit slower. Maybe I won't be as dismissive as I might have been when my kid comes up and shows me something for the 14,000th time. Maybe I'll think of this boy from today and then look at my own son and be more awake to him. It's all connected. It's all gorgeous. Even the shit of it. Even the shit of it. Even when there's crying tantrum, those are some of my favorite photographs. Especially the comforting babies crying. Okay, now I'm just rambling. All right, well, that is it. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you enjoyed this podcast, leave me a review. We have a very intimate group of people here, and if you want to help like-minded or like-souled, not like-minded, like-souled people find this podcast, I hear that reviews help. I don't exactly know how it works, but feel free to leave a review or share with a friend that you think this would resonate with. And I don't know. Now I'm just being, in this moment, I feel like on fire thinking about wanting to create something, whether it's a workshop or a course, but something around how we could witness, how we can be more in our seat of consciousness while we're taking pictures or just while we're in our lives. But really, for me, my toolkit, my secret superpower weapon, whatever, is my camera. It's easier for me to do it with my camera, but the more I do it with my camera, the easier it gets without it. So that's why I tie this conversation with this craft, because I do feel like it really helps ground you to have this object in your hand, whether it's your camera or your phone, to help you with this work and to help activate your nostalgia vision in the now. Okay, that's it. I think that I'm going to now listen to a podcast and enjoy the rest of the ride home in my swirl of feels and in my quiet before I get home to my own beautiful chaos. I might not sound so eloquent then, but it sure was nice to be in this role, in this body, in this vibe right now for the past couple hours. Okay. So much love. I hope this was opening. I hope this gave some form of an opening for you to see a little bit more into your day. And if you do see something that you don't think you would have seen before because of listening to this episode, I would probably solve if you posted it and tagged me. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode and want to get in on actual conversations with me, join the Help Me See podcast private Facebook group. Every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be hopping on live for Q&A on the latest episode and for free consulting if you need a bit of help thinking about ways to save your memories. Did you get something out of this episode? I really, really, really hope you did, and I would love to hear from you. I'm on a mission to empower you to feel peace in knowing that you are not missing your life. One of the best ways that you can support me is leaving a review, and honestly, I'd rather hear about the memory you saved because of this podcast rather than any kind of accolade. Tell me how this podcast has impacted you, and 1, I'll probably cry. And 2, I'd love to give you a shout out on the show. Take a minute and head out to the link in the bio to write a review now on the podcast.